class.
Yes.
So, we have been talking about using time to the hour and the half hour. We've been using these clocks. Do you guys know what the name of this clock is? It's a Judy clock. So Judy clocks are practice clocks. We can manipulate or move or change the clock to make the time that we want. So, if I want to make the time 1 o'clock, which hand, the short or the long, which hand is pointing to the hour? Don't say it out loud. Let's give 5 seconds for people to think. Which hand, the short or long, is pointing to the hour? 5. Alright, what is it, class? Short. Great. So the short hand is pointing to the 1, and the long hand, or the minute hand, is pointing to the what? The 12. And that means it's what time? 1 o'clock. Okay? So, 2 things before we get started. I want us to look at our objectives, and then I want us to look at our language frames. So our objectives for today are to tell and write time to the hour and half hour. That's our learning objective. But we also know that we want to be able to use language. We want to talk and write in math. Not just write numbers, but also use our words to share ideas, to communicate with each other. Here it says, Donald, it says, students will share their reasoning with a partner in class. So that means if you say, I know that it's 12 o'clock, you're going to say, I know that it's 12 o'clock because, tell why. And record their responses. So we're going to be working on this paper today. It has a mix. Some of them have a clock with the arms on there, and you write the time. Some of them have it where it's the time, but you write the arms on the clock. All right? Before we get started, let's look at these language frames to see what language we'll be using today. Language frames, those are the things that we use that have like blanks in them. So I'll step back. Okay, so as it's loading, you can see it says, the top one says, I know that blank is blank because blank. The bottom one says, I agree or disagree with blank because blank. So let's use Riley's hat as an example. I know that Riley's hat is a Royals hat because I know that when I watch Royals baseball, I see that they have a KC on the front of their hat. Even though her hat doesn't say Royals on it, I can know that from experience. I can also say, I know that let's see here, I know that Will's hat is a Pokemon hat. Even though it doesn't say Pokemon on the front, I've seen a cartoon with a boy wearing that hat on the front, with a C on the front. It says on the back, but I can't see the back from here. Alright? Also, let's look at the second one. I agree/disagree with blank because blank. So, Keegan says, Mr. Carmen, the Green Bay Packers are the best team in the world. I would say, oh, I disagree with Keegan because the Bears are the best team in the world. No. Cubs. That's baseball team. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll go to our seats and then we'll get started working.